Namaste and welcome to today's episode of the program. Well, in a slight deviation, today I shall be introducing three authors together. And all these authors have the surname Bandopadhyay. So today it will be Manik Bandopadhyay, Vibhutibhushan Bandopadhyay and Tarashankar Bandopadhyay. Together, three of them, I would say that they are three Bs of Bengali literature. Since I have recently made an episode on Manik Bandopadhyay, I will be talking mainly about the other two Bandopadhyays and will talk about Manik in the later part of the program. Before I start, I would like to thank my friend who has given the suggestion for this particular program. First, let me start with Vibhutibhushan Bandopadhyay. Vibhutibhushan was born in 1894 and died in 1950 at a relatively young age of 56 years. In an active writing career of 29 years, he has written 20 novels, 7 collection of short stories, various articles which were published in the leading periodicals of the day. Many of his novels and short stories were made into films. In fact, Satyajit Roy's debut film made in 1955 was Pather Panchali, which is one of the most famous of Vibhutibhushan's writings. Roy later on made 2 more films on the particular sequel to Pather Panchali. These were named as Aparajito and Opu Samsar, and they completed the trilogy of Opu. In 1973, Satyajit Roy made another film from Vibhutibhushan's writing. This was Ashwini Sanket, which was made from the novel of the same name. The famous Bengali movie Nishi Poddo and its Hindi version Amar Prem were made from Vibhutibhushan's short story Hinyer Kochuri. Vibhutibhushan was awarded the prestigious Rabindra Puraskar in 1951 posthumously for his last novel Ichamoti, which was published after his death. The last film to be made from Vibhutibhushan's stories is Chander Pahad, which I am sure all of you would remember because it was made recently. Apart from writing, Vibhutibhushan had been a teacher, a private tutor and a secretary to a rich benefactor. Vibhutibhushan has created his own style and has not followed in the footsteps of his illustrious predecessors Rabindranath and Sharat Chandra. He was the master in depicting natural scenes and have made wonderful representation of nature, particularly in his novel Aranyak and Ichamoti. The rural scenes depicted in Pather Panchali were also beautiful and they were equally well picturized by Satyajit Roy. Vibhutibhushan's characters were simple village folk and who had simple aspirations in life, but they were always very positive. This is best seen in his novel Adarsha Hindu Hotel, where the protagonist Hajari Thakur is a poor cook in one small hotel, and by dreaming big and sheer hard work, he ultimately owns 2 hotels and goes off to Bombay in search of glory. Vibhuti Bhushan's children's novel Chander Pahad is another masterpiece. There he has given a vivid description of Africa. It is so beautiful that one, while reading the book, feels that is actually present in Africa with the hero Shankar. This is actually more praiseworthy when we come to know that Vibhuti Bhushan has never set foot in Africa but was able to write so naturally and beautifully about that continent. His other two children's novels, Hiramanik Jole and Mishmider Koboch, were also very vividly describing nature and were very popular. Now moving on to Tarashankar Bandyopadhyay. Tarashankar Bandyopadhyay was one of the most important writers of Bengali literature, and he was awarded Rabindra Puraskar, Gyanpith Award and the Sahitya Akademi Award, Padma Shri and Padma Vibhushan. In a span of 40 years of writing, he has written 45 novels, 53 collection of short stories, and there are various other writings which were all published in the periodicals of the day. 11 of his stories were made into films, including 2 by Satyajit Roy, and these were Jalsa Ghar and Abhijan, and another very important film made out of Tarashankar's story is Aragya Niketan. The very famous Bengali film Shaptapadi, which was a hit in Bengal in the 50s, was also made from his story. Tarashankar was born in Lavpur in the western part of Bengal in the year 1898 in a family of landlords whose glory days were already over. Being from such a family, Tarashankar right from his childhood days had a clear idea of the declining landlords and people of various other occupations in rural Bengal, and these have been reflected time and again in his writings. When he was still a student, he entered into the freedom struggle of India, and for some period was involved in Marxist theory. But early in his life, he understood that he will be able to serve the cause of Indian independence better by writing full time, and so became a writer and moved to Calcutta early in his career. He was a member of Rajya Sabha from 1960 to 1966, and the highest literary award of India, the Gyanpith Award, came his way in 1967. Tarashankar died in 1971 at the age of 73. One can see the varieties in Tarashankar's writings. In his novels, he has written, you find the wanderings of a poet with the nomadic people in the novel called Kabi, Vaishnav love affairs in his novel Rai Kamal, and there are other long novels which deal about the rural areas and various characters in the rural areas. He has been a traditional storyteller in the proper mold of Rabindranath and Sharat Chandra, and in that way he can be considered as the true torchbearer of these two famous writers of Bengal. Satyajit Ray, as I have already mentioned, made 2 films from Tarashankar's stories. Out of them, Jalsa Ghar needs a special mention. This is a story about a declining Jamindar family, and the present owner and head of the family is trying to maintain the glory days but is not able to cope up. Another film that Satyajit Ray made from Tarashankar's work is Abhijan. Tarashankar actually is known for his traditional stories, and the characters are very simple, like village characters, and he has always written about the particular drama that is happening in the rural families, and he has expertly used dialect in his stories also. Now coming to the comparison of the three B's. Manik was definitely impressed by the Freudian and the Marxist theory, and his writings are always influenced by these two theories. Vibhuti Bhushan, on the other hand, had depicted nature and made nature the main topic in his writings, and Tarashankar, although he was a person who was influenced for some time by the Marxian theory, is always the traditional storyteller, and his writings are not influenced by the Marxian theories. While Manik brings out the dark alleys in the minds of apparently simple people, Vibhuti Bhushan has always dealt with characters who, though are poor, are always optimist, and there is always light at the end of the tunnel in Vibhuti Bhushan's writings. Tarashankar's writings are more stable and deals with characters of different types, including the landlords and including the poor people also. All the three B's have lived through the Indian independence and the Second World War period, and their writings have reflected their thought process on this, though the reflections in their writings have been very different. In fact, Tarashankar's writings are mainly in the 1940s, in the period just before independence and just after independence. Vibhuti Bhushan, by his three children's novels, have shown us that there was great variety in his work, and I think his imagination is a shade higher than the other two. For readers, if we say that Manik is more dark than the others, then Vibhuti Bhushan would be nearest to the white, and Tarashankar would be somewhere in between. In conclusion, I would like to say that I am no judge of these three famous writers and cannot give my verdict on them. So I would like to conclude by saying that all the three B's have made Bengali literature richer by their presence, and it was a really wonderful time when all the three were writing together. I would urge you all to read the books of these three famous writers, and they are interesting, and I am sure that you will all be enjoying them. So before signing off, what should I say? Okay, Namaskar and see you next time.